Hey yo, what's happening? This your boy El Ambitious, host of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, checking in one time. I appreciate all the love and support. If you really love and support me, hit that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel, unless you're an R. Kelly fan. If you're an R. Kelly fan, you still listen to his music, you still support him, you still go to his concerts, do not subscribe to this channel. I'm dead serious. If you're an R. Kelly fan, do not subscribe to this channel at all. Thank you. Now back to your regular scheduled programming. Duchess, take it away.
Hey, this is Duchess, and you're listening to You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Threshold Brace Productions.
All right, welcome to another episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio, featuring myself, El Ambitious. Always holding it down, solo dolo, as always. But, you know, we always keep the special, dopest guests on the show. Today's like no other. We got Evan Gray on the show, artist, fashion designer. Glad to have him on the show today. What's up, man?
Alone, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. Hey, I'm going to start off with a topic real quick. So I want to ask you, what would you rather have, one arm or one leg?
I'm going to go with, I got to have one leg. I need both my hands to create. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
I don't know. I got to think about that.
That's hard, though. Because I'm going to get fat because I can't run no more.
Can't drive no more.
Can't drive no more. Yeah, I'm still going with one leg, though. I need both hands.
Well, you can drive with one leg, though.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You only need to, yeah.
As long as you ain't driving stick shift.
Yeah,
But
I can't drive that anyway, so.
I don't know. I probably have to go with one arm. I'll go with
Really?
one arm. Yeah. I'll get one made. I'll try to get one made. Cause you can get the little prosthetic leg and all that.
You can get
too.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it depends. You talking about like is it cut off at the hip? Am I cut off at the knee?
Nah, I'm talking about cut off that. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
completely.
yeah,
or not?
completely. Man. All right, so tell me a little bit how you got into music and fashion.
Music has always been more of my passion. So I got more into that just when I was young. Tupac really got me into it. And I just started writing first. It wasn't really rapping. It was more poetry. And around like 17 or 18, I started putting that more on beats and turning it into rap. But I still wasn't like releasing them or trying to brand myself or anything. It was more just me and the homies smoking in the car, freestyling, which I miss those days sometimes. But that's really how it started. And then I started to brand it when probably like 3 years ago is when I started to get more into fashion because I saw a lot of stuff. It was really when the longer shirts and like the tunics for men and stuff started to come out and people started rocking with that. And I couldn't find it, but I loved how it looked. And I love like long flowy clothes on men, but you couldn't find it yet. So I had to start making them. And people started rocking them. And then I started thinking about turning it into a brand. And then that's when my mind started thinking about like how can the music be a brand? And just start taking it serious. So music's been like always, and then the fashion is really new. I don't know, I'm a creator. If I see something in the world and like I can't buy it at the store, then it makes me want to create it myself.
Okay. So what made you move from Indianapolis to Nashville?
Modeling at first, I came down here, it's 4 years now, I came down here to model with Bravo agency. But I wasn't feeling modeling at all. So that's another story of how I got into fashion was the model business. And then that's when I started seeing that like I don't like people telling me what I need to look like. I don't like people telling me like what I need to do, period, or like people telling me what looks cool because I feel like I know all those things and people shouldn't tell me. So that was one of my problems with modeling. So it made me want to be in the position to have my models and be able to make my own clothes and still be in the fashion industry, just in a kind of a different world of it.
Okay. How long you been living here?
Been in rap?
No, I'm living here in Nashville.
Oh, in Nashville?
Mm-hmm.
It's been like since I got here, but I live out in Murfreesboro, so
Okay.
it's not technically Nashville, but close enough.
Okay.
But it's been like 3-4 years.
Okay. So you like it here? You like it here? Or?
Yeah, Nashville's cool. It's growing a lot. So like I'm not from here, so I didn't see it what it was 5 years ago. So I don't really understand it the way a lot of people do. Because I came to it when it's kind of booming and it seems like fun. I didn't see it before all this, so I don't know like too much, but I like it. Yeah. It seems like a lot of artists are here. There's obviously a lot of musicians, so the vibe is cool. It's just that it's still got that down south, that down south kind of vibe to it.
It's expensive as hell too here. So
you think so?
yeah.
Gas is a lot cheaper here, though. I don't know, up north, because I'm from Indianapolis. I think up north is expensive. Michigan's expensive, too. I went to school in Michigan.
I just seen some gas for like $2.90, so it's going to get up like $3.
Yeah. That's crazy. Thanks, Trump.
All right, so as far as like, so you said, like, who's your favorite artist that you look up to? Like, I know you said Tupac.
Jesus. And, I would say Kanye is one of my biggest inspirations.
Okay. What do you think about his rants?
I enjoy him, for real. I think there's a lot that goes on when you're at that level that we don't know that he tries to get deals with Nike, but the racism comes in. We don't know stuff like that. So I think it's cool when he's like fuck Google, fuck Facebook. These people, like, because they have a lot of money and they're not helping the community. So I think it's cool. But I think that's why he gets called crazy, is because he does air out a lot of stuff. So I enjoy it. I would like to go to see a live rant.
Okay. So when you approaching studio, how is the difference between approaching a new song and a new like fashion design?
That's a good question, because I always try to. That's one thing that kind of made me like rise as far as fashion in Nashville really quick, was because I was doing both at the same time. So sometimes they're simultaneous. I'll get the idea and I'll want the music to coordinate with the fashion. So it's like I start thinking of the music that'll go with this fashion look, so they start going together and they become one. Then there's sometimes where, I'm sitting in the studio and I'm like going back and forth to where I'm listening to some instrumentals while I'm over here sewing. I'm kind of like rapping and writing in my head while I'm working on some clothes. So I don't know, it changes a lot. I never really have like one strict routine. I can be like all over the place when it comes to creating sometimes.
Okay. So what's the current clothing line that you have now?
Evan Gray is the brand. The next collection is called Lilith. It's the first all women's line. That'll be coming this fall.
Okay.
That's what I'm working on right now.
Okay. Then you have one before that though?
Yeah, so I just got off a tour for Funk Fashion. It was March and April.
Okay.
I just got out, yeah.
Okay. What about as far as music? You working on something new?
Yeah, for sure. The music is Gray Skies. And I just formed a group called Anxiety with my producer and musician Life Root. We just created an album that's going to be coming out this fall. So that project's done. And then solo, I'm still working on some stuff. I need to get all the visuals together and everything. So that'll be coming this fall too. So a lot of stuff will be coming this fall. Okay. Right now, there's just a lot of singles on YouTube. And I dropped the first project on all the streaming services last year, but I ended up taking it down. There was some stuff I didn't like about it, so I'm re-releasing it.
Okay. It's a song you had I listened to yesterday called Hello.
Yeah, Hello.
Yeah,
that's the first track I ever put out. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the first one I ever put out. That's like 2-3 years old now.
Yeah, I got like when I listened to it, I was like, it got like a J. Cole type vibe to it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I like Cole. Thank you.
All right, so let's get into one of your songs. Tell me about Obnoxious Coupe.
Obnoxious is actually the one that we did in the group, the Anxiety group. So that's one of the tracks off of that project. Okay. So the producer and the person singing on it, he laid all the tracks and we recorded at his house. We did like 9 tracks in like a month. We just kind of locked ourselves in the studio and got them knocked out. So that was one of the ones that's coming out in the fall.
That's dope. All right, so let's get into it. Obnoxious by Evan Gray, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
Yeah.
Chakras, pimping out this like a script. I'm a doctor. New man hating on my steez, it's a problem. See me in the city with my bass turned proper. Zoning on my own, trying to tighten up my chakras. Pimping out this like a script. I'm a doctor. You got jealous cause I'm fly. It's obnoxious.
I'm so obnoxious.
I know.
I got a problem.
I know.
I need a doctor.
I know.
I believe in my
myself. Keep your 2 cents to yourself. All about money and music. Using these women as muses. It's so amusement. Park it, pull up. I'm a habla, dula. Got a lot of problems. $99 left in my wallet. Weave my wobble. I'm never falling. I'm never sorry for a pity party. House party turn a candy party. Ooh, all around the wave I surf. Ooh, all around the world I swerve. Yeah, make sure your vibe right, or a light bright. Keep your eyes wide. Make sure your vibe right. I think it's high tide. Keep your eyes wide. And I'm so low, but feeling so good. Running around the city and I'm up to no good. If you thinking what I'm thinking, then I think we should. When I'm in my zone, I wish I'm up. Would see me in the city with my bass turned proper. Zoning on my own, trying to tighten up my chakras. Pimping out this like a script, I'm a doctor. New man hating on my steez, it's a problem. See me in the city with my bass turned proper. Zoning on my own, trying to tighten up my chakras. Pimping out this like a script, I'm a doctor. See you got jealous cause I'm fly, it's obnoxious. No got jealous cause I'm fly, it's obnoxious.
All right, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. So, man, when I was going through your Facebook page, I was like, when I like start interviewing people, I always go through their social media and see what they been up to or whatnot. So it's like there's 3 things that was like really like that really caught my eye. Caught a few posts. I think one of them was just tell me what this meant. You posted you broke a horn trying to fix my halo. What did that mean?
That's actually one of the bars in the Anxiety project too.
Mm-hmm.
So I always see the duality in everything. There's obviously good and evil. There's light and dark. There's there's 2 sides of everything. So I think we all have those horns at times. And it was just kind of a clever pun on trying to fix my halo and do my rights might end up hurting some people or like bringing out the horns at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. It's hard to explain like with words.
Okay.
It's just one of those.
You got to
those
listen to the
things.
song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to the song, or I kind of you have your own explanation to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next one I saw was you went broke trying to get rich.
Mm-hmm.
So what like investments or investing in yourself or
Investing in yourself, and that's another one that can even go deeper. You know, going broke as far as like draining yourself, draining your soul, going broke, your spirit. You know, so just chasing money, chasing fame, chasing that life. Period. You can lose yourself. So just going broke trying to get rich, or you can take it to the literal sense of investing hundreds of thousands of dollars and it not going the way you expect. You know?
Okay. And the last one was, and I know you said the first time you admitted that you was mentally unstable.
Yeah.
Like, are you better now, or is it still a process?
I mean, I think it's definitely a process for sure. I see it. I'm cool with it because I notice it in most, the word genius, most intelligent people have something off about them. And I think everybody does, but I think with having a strong imagination, sometimes it lets your mind wander in crazy places, and it can take you to dark places. And then it goes back to, you know, chasing that life and all the hate you can attract by, you know. So what made me realize it was going on a tour. So you're going on tour and you're around thousands of people, and all these thousands of people have their own expectations of you, and they're putting out their own energy into the world, and that's a lot. And it pulls you in a lot of different ways. And now you have social media, which is, you know, you can pull up stuff and there's just negativity right there. So there's so much going on like with our brains and our lives now, this world is different and it's weird to live in. So you kind of have to like, you have to be like offensively positive. You have to like make yourself be positive. You can't like sit back and try to be. You have to like literally be offensively positive. So I want to talk about mental health a lot now because I did kind of feel as a little series of depression in my life, and I saw how it felt, and I saw how numbing it can be and how it affects the people around you as well. And I think it's such a stigma, especially in the black community. Like, niggas ain't about to say, hey, bro, I'm depressed. You know, like black people aren't going to talk about that, especially in the rap community. But I think it's happening now because people talk about pills so much, and then like the bigger artists like Cole or Kendrick, they'll bring it up like, stop popping pills, you're depressed. You know, the little stuff, like it's there, but I think a lot of people are scared to talk about it. So that's one thing I want to start talking about it more because I know people will feel it, but it's just that stigma. People don't want to talk about it. So just all of that. I want to start talking about it a lot more. I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah, because I know it's sad when you on the looking at the news and all this bullying and people committing suicide, and so it's definitely a real thing. So
yeah, and you got a lot, even seeing a lot of celebrities committing suicide. Like everybody, that's the thing. Like you might sit here depressed because you're not one of them, but then even those people are depressed and they're killing themselves too. So where is the happiness? Maybe it isn't all the money, you know. So that's crazy too.
Yeah. All right, so which one would you rather choose, music or fashion?
Music. But I hate to say that, but I would say music. Music's what I wake up and like hear in my head every day, or I want to listen to every day.
Okay. Who you got a favorite fashion designer?
Living, Olivier Rousting. He's over Balmain, but Alexander McQueen's my favorite ever, and Rick Owens. I like Rick Owens a lot, but Alexander McQueen.
Okay. I had another question though. I know on Instagram, your last post, you was like, I'm not going to be back until November.
Yeah.
What was that about?
That was about the
Same
kind
thing?
of mental health of just feeling burnt out and just taking a break from social media to... There's so much, and that goes back to the horn and the halo and like the duality that you gotta get your money right. You gotta chase that paper, but you also gotta have your soul right. You gotta have your physical health right. You know, then there's that social media. That's a whole other world. So you gotta get that right for your business too. And there's just so many things. So I wanted to take a break from all that and get my physical health right, get my mental and spiritual health right again before, because I think in the long run that's gonna make me a better person, but it's also gonna make me a better artist. And if I'm not feeling good about myself, then I'm not giving my fans what they deserve. I'm not giving all of myself. So I wanted to take that break to be able to come back who I know I should be instead of trying to half-ass it and trying to like pull through something that's like killing me right now.
That's true. All right, so let's get into your next song. I think, what's the one called Sun?
Yeah, Sun, featuring the homie Ken the Coach.
When did that song get made?
That was made, it's getting old now. We haven't released it yet. We're doing an animation video, so it's taking a while. But that one's probably like 4 or 5 months old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's before we get into it, like what's your process though in the studio? Do you like start with a verse, a hook?
It really it differs because sometimes, like I said, sometimes I'll be chilling in my studio and I'll be sewing, but I'll be listening to the beat and like writing the beat or just kind of freestyling, getting it together in my head, separate from the producer. And then there's times where I go in the studio and I'm listening to the beat with the producer and I do it on spot. So it differs. Like I like to go in the moment and like how the energy's feeling in the moment. So sometimes I'll write alone or sometimes I'll be in the studio with the producer and we'll kind of come up with stuff together. Okay. It really depends.
All right. So yeah, let's get into it. This is Sun, and we'll be right back on You Can't Sit With Us Radio.
People tell me that I'm doing okay. Can't believe it that I'm living this way. Yeah. Oh, okay. My bed gon' feel the same whether they love or hate the kid. With money same, no we see the rain. You dirty bitch. No, we see the game. Here we go again. I'm flying to the skyline, I can see the hate. I'm going in a trippy way. We flying all the way. We flying to the sun. Sun. We flying to the sun, 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 sun. We flying to the sun. Sun. We flying to the sun, 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 sun. Ooh.
I think we got one. Hold up, wait, shit, got some. Flew too close and burned my wings. Falling from the sky, heard angels sing, a demon speak on beats. Gee, shit, I can't stir the pot. You think you hot, but you not. I don't dance, nah. I don't even really ride. Cause the block is hot, the young and the reckless screaming, fuck the cops. On the face of the earth like a pimple, I'm post to pop. I got the plug on the coke, no soap to pop, but fuck that shit. Meditating, can I let it be fucking a plus, girl? Can I let it meditate? I be fucking the whole world, yeah.
Here we go again. I'm flying to the skyline, I can see the hate. I'm going in a trippy way. We flying all the way. We flying to the sun. Sun. We flying to the sun, 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 sun. We flying to the sun. Sun. We flying to the sun, 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 sun.
All right, welcome back to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Hey, so I seen a lot of your pictures. So what's the whole mask thing about?
I think about it when I think about it like in hindsight now, and I always think like why did I want to wear a mask? And I still love them. You know, the next collection will be even better and probably more masks.
Okay.
Martin Margiela was one of the Mason Martin Margiela. He's a really good designer. He was the one who was making like the Kanye mask when he was wearing them and stuff. So I got the inspiration from Margiela, but truly it's because, like I said, I got into the industry first because of modeling, and it was really materialistic, and I felt like a piece of meat, and I hated that because, like, yeah, I think I'm a handsome, attractive person, but I think my mind is worth like way more than what I look like. So it bothered me that they would never want to hear what you say if you look good. And that goes for women in this society too. Like, nobody cares about your mind if you look good. So it's that thing, and it goes for men. But men, there's that stigma again. Like, men can't be really called pretty, or kind of like how Terry Crews is talking about, like how men can't get sexually assaulted. You know, there's that stigma. So I felt used. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna wear this mask so that people can't see me. They have to hear what I say, and then when I take the mask off, now you can see me. But first, you're gonna hear what I have to say. Okay. So that was the main reason behind wearing it.
So what do you think about, like, you know who Kodak Black is?
Yeah.
You see how they be wearing the ski mask sometimes? Like,
yeah.
What do you think about them doing it, though?
I mean, that's their culture. I think it's dope. And I remember when he released it, so I pay attention, and it was dope because he released that line that had the ski mask in it, I remember. Okay. And it had, like, his things are called, like, shooters, or it's called something. But it was dope. I don't really have it. I thought it was cool. Okay. Yeah.
Someone just look weird. Just walking around.
Yeah, and it is weird. I got kicked out of the arcade downtown Nashville because I was walking around with one of my masks on. It's a little different. Mine are fashionable, and like mine aren't just ski masks.
But yeah, I just feel like they just wear it like around for no reason sometimes.
Yeah, I do wish they would stop being so violent all the time. If that's I do wish that, but the ski masks are kind of dope.
That's why his ass on house arrest now.
Yeah, I mean that whole culture is just starting to get old. I feel like even like gangs were cool 20 years ago, but they kind of evolved. Now we're not, like, gangs are kind of behind us, but now there's still that street. I don't know. Maybe like another 20, 30 years it'll change again, but I think we gotta start doing something different. Stop glorifying it. There's a big ass difference in telling a story, saying like this happened on the block today, people are getting killed, and then like glorifying it and say like, I'm gonna fuck your bitch, I'm about to go kill this nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff is different, and you have a really big influence now on the kids, so I think it has to change just a little bit. You know?
So what's your favorite thing about music and least favorite thing about music?
My least favorite thing about music would be now it's really oversaturated, and I hate meeting everybody that's an art, like everybody's an artist. That's the only thing. You know, music is beautiful. Anything that can be music, but it's just extremely oversaturated because of SoundCloud too.
Yeah.
So that's my least favorite thing right now. Everybody's an artist, and it gets kind of. I don't even like saying I'm a rapper because I get put in that category of all these other millions of rappers walking around that aren't good.
Yeah.
So I hate that. My favorite thing is the sound of it. You know, that's really, you know, the sound of music. It's just, I don't know. I can't really put words to that. Just the sound of it.
Or like mumble rap, I think.
I think mumble rap's another thing of like evolution. So I think mumble rap was more like the words didn't matter, but the cadence and the melody did, to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? And people weren't rapping like that. So I think it's part of the evolution to where now J. Cole drops up, niggas been talking so shit, can you get the fuck out my dick? Like, he's mumble rapping, but you can hear what he's saying technically. It's still that cadence, and I think it's part of the evolution again, to where I don't like the violence, I don't like all that stuff because I want to make a difference in the world, but I see where it fits in, and I think it'll go away. But it was necessary.
Okay.
You know.
And what's your favorite thing about being a fashion designer, and least favorite thing?
My least favorite thing about being a fashion designer would be the expectation to look like a fashion designer all the time, or like the expectation to not look comfortable. I don't like that. I don't know. I don't like that I can't go out looking just normal. I feel like as a fashion designer, people always pay attention to what I wear, and I don't like that sometimes. I don't feel like having to look nice. That's why I wear a mask. So I don't like the expectation of saying I'm a designer, and then people look at your outfit like, oh, are you really? Like, yeah, I just didn't feel like wearing something today. So that gets on my nerves. And then my most favorite thing is people wear clothes every day. So I think fashion is huge, whether people notice it or not. What you wear says a lot. Even if you're wearing something simple like a flannel shirt that says that you're kind of minimalistic, but you're still gonna, I don't know. Fashion says a lot. So I like the fact that I can have that influence over that, and I can change like the culture of fashion as it goes, whether I want to introduce, 5,000 years ago in Egypt, men were mainly wearing the skirts, but they're called shindits. But you can see on the hieroglyphics, like the gods were wearing skirts, the men were wearing skirts or kilts, stuff like that. So you can slightly shift the culture and show people something that they didn't even know they liked. Or whether I make a man a poncho and he's like, "Ooh, I didn't even know I liked ponchos. I thought they were for women," but he wears it and he's like, "Oh, that's dope." Or he wears the longer shirt that men start to wear, and he sees how the shirt flows on him. He's like, "Oh, the only women could wear like flowy dresses. I kind of like how this silhouette looks on me." I think we've become really homophobic. So I think men got scared to wear a lot of stuff. So I like the fact that I can show people what they forgot that we used to wear, and it wasn't gay.
Yeah, it's like Young Thug.
Yeah, he pushes it. He pushes it, but that's a good example.
Yeah. The dress thing,
that's
on the
different.
album cover, and
that was what I was talking about. See, that was a little different.
Didn't he wear a trash bag one time too?
Yeah, and Jaden Smith wore that that skirt in Louis Vuitton, which and stuff like that. Like I said, he was pushing it, but I think it's cool, and I think it's fashion forward. I think
Yeah, I don't know, something wrong with him sometimes. I swear.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah. Hey, so tell me about what's the 2020 vision?
2020 vision is I'm getting this formula of how to start kind of like invading these fashion weeks without directly going to them, and kind of like having your own show and be like an independent designer. And 2020 is the year that I plan on taking over New York Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week if God lets me. But for sure New York. And that'll be the first year. Like, it's cool. Like, I did my thing in Nashville Fashion Week. I did my thing in Indianapolis and Huntsville and Alabama Fashion Week and Midwest Fashion Week. But that's different than taking it to New York and shutting it down. So 2020 vision is just giving myself enough time and getting my Evan Gray fashion house together to where I have people sewing under me. So like by 2020 I want to be on the way to becoming that next Dior fashion house or that next Balmain fashion house. 2020 is when I see the team will be there, and then it'll take another 10 to 15 years to become that. But 2020 is when I see that vision to where people will see it.
Okay, that's dope. I'm excited about that.
And 2020 vision, you just the your eyesight and all that other.
Hopefully we have a new president.
Metaphors.
Hopefully we have a new president too.
Hey, for real, I hope Kanye runs in 2020. That'd be the first time I ever vote.
What about The Rock though?
I don't know if I'd vote for Dwayne.
Why
not? Dwayne Johnson. Maybe. I don't see him. I see him act. I've never seen him as a person. I don't know what he stands for. I feel like Kanye as an artist, I kind of like see some of his truth. He lets us see like his vulnerable side. I don't know The Rock at all. He's an actor.
Yeah.
But as a politician, that might be good.
What about Oprah though?
Oprah, I'd vote for Oprah all the way. Yeah, I'd vote for Oprah. I would vote for Kanye over Oprah though.
Okay. Hey man, I appreciate you being on the show though, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, before we go though, I always give a guest the opportunity to ask a question. You got a question for me?
Yeah, so I wanted to know if you could have anybody on the show, who would you have, even if you have to bring them back to life, and why?
Probably I could go with Ludacris or
Luda.
who else would I go with? Or maybe Prince too.
Prince would be really dope. He's weird.
Yeah. That'd be one person too. I wouldn't mind having on the show.
Luda was I forget it sometimes because he's like still around.
Yeah.
But he was a huge inspiration when I was younger. Like the word of mouth CDs and what was it?
Artist.
What was his first one? The fried chicken thing. It wasn't that, but it was Southern Hospitality. Wasn't it? Yeah, that was the shit.
Yeah, that was dope. But yeah, it'd be them too. Yeah. And then like right now though, it'd be like Big Crit though.
I like Big Crit.
I like Big Crit a lot, so
yeah,
that'd probably be it. Yeah.
Oh, can I ask one more question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you pay attention to the good music rollout? Like
yeah,
the albums?
I did.
All right, rank them.
Let's see. I still haven't listened to Tiana yet, so
that's
I know it's good though. I know it's good,
right, but it was weird.
I know everybody, cause I know she was complaining because she wanted more songs on there, but
yeah, she said it wasn't done. She said like something happened.
That's why they had 8 songs, but she wanted like 10 or 13, cause Kanye took.
Well, they said 7.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Cause Kanye had took like he changed the whole album before it got released. Like she was mad. He took out a verse about her son.
For real?
Yeah, she got mad about that.
He changed his whole album like a week before too.
That's because of the whole that slavery comment that he made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got the whole album. But let's see, I'm trying to think. Okay, so you got Pusha, Kanye,
Nas,
Kanye and Cudi. I did like Pusha album a lot. I probably put Pusha first. I probably put Kanye and Kid Cudi next.
Yeah, the Kids See Ghosts was my favorite.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably put Nas. I swear I didn't really care for Nas' album that much. I didn't.
I feel like Kanye didn't give him very good beats.
Yeah. I don't think he mixed it right neither. It's like a lot of the beats was louder than the vocals.
Yeah, I didn't like the mixing either.
Yeah. And then I guess Kanye. I haven't listened to Tiana, so I can't put hers yet. But
yeah, you didn't like Ye that much?
I don't know. After he made that whole slavery comment, I couldn't really listen to the whole album like I wanted to. It was just kind of weird listening to it. And then he changed the whole album. I wanted to see what he was saying before all that happened. Before he changed it. So
yeah.
But
he barely talked about any of this stuff on the album.
Well, I say he changed the whole album. Like he did the album cover as he was going to the release party. So
yeah, the album cover was cool though. It was like, what'd he say? I hate being bipolar. It's awesome.
It's like what? That's stupid. But I know now he's trying to release like 52 songs in 52 weeks.
he said something. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like 52 weeks, 52 new songs.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Cause he working on Sahara the Prince new album too.
Yeah.
Soon, so.
And Big Sean, he probably working on Sean's too.
Probably.
I wish he would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think slavery was a choice to a certain extent. I think Nat Turner saw a choice. I think Harriet Tubman had a choice, and I think they took advantage of their choice. But then there's that. It's hard to say there's a choice when the only other option is death. It's like, you know, free or death. Like it is, you're gonna die if you try to escape. So I don't know. I like that he makes people think. Period. He's like a catalyst to this culture. He makes us think, and I think it kind of is a choice.
Yeah, I don't know if it was them opioids he was on. I don't know. I have no idea. And then he had cause I still think he's still thinking about his mom too all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's what messed him up a lot too. So, but I don't know.
As long as he makes us think, keep making us think, man.
Yeah,
keep making us think.
Oh boy, 2020. See if he really run though.
I heard when him and T.I. were talking about it, he said he's doing 2024. Yeah.
I don't think he gonna run.
I think so. I'm voting for that man. Can't be any worse.
Yeah, that's true. Move to Canada or something. But yeah, thank you again for being on the show. You got any shout outs or anything you want to say before we go?
Nah, not right now. Everybody been leaving me lonely right now. No, I'm just kidding. But not really. Shout out God, and I'll see everybody soon.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. Of course, I gotta ask you how you know Dilcia too.
Shout out D and Company. D and Company always been down for me. Yeah, I know Dilcia. We met the first time I ever modeled. So when I was modeling,
That's dope.
yeah, I was looking all good out there, and she was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I was like, "Shit, I'm good." So yeah, we met like 4 years ago when the first time I ever modeled, and then we started working together and just been working ever since.
All right. Bet. I appreciate you having on the show again. As always, follow me at Ambitious1K on Instagram. Follow my my production group, Threshold Brace. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Hit us up. And as always, one love. Until next time, You Can't Sit With Us Radio. I'm out.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to another episode of You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Make sure you hit that subscribe button after this message. Unless you're an R. Kelly fan, don't do it. If you're an R. Kelly fan, do not hit that subscribe button. I don't want your support. If you're an R. Kelly fan, do not hit that subscribe button. It's simple as that. But thank you for listening to You Can't Sit With Us Radio. Peace.
Threshold Brace Productions.